व्रजप्रियम् धर्म संस्थापकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
हरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
कुञ्जा यमुना मधुरा वीथि मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले संग्राममय जीवन धरा पर विजय रथ ले हम चले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले हो समर्पण लखन जैसा राम जैसा त्याग हो भीष्म सा हो नियम पालन शौर्य में अभिमन्यु हो आपदाओं को कुचल कर वीर बालक हम चले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले बुद्ध जैसे कारुणिक हो धीर हम महावीर से ध्रुव जैसे निश्चयी सत्याग्रही प्रहलाद से दुर्दम्य सारे संकटों में अग्निपथ पर भी खिले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले हनुमान से सेवाव्रति जिज्ञासु हो नचिकेत से कर्मयोगी कृष्ण जैसे वीर हो हम पार्थ से बलिदान गोविंद सिंह सहो स्वार्थ सारा ही चले सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले देशभक्ति हो शिवासं प्रेम हो गौरांग सा स्वाभिमान प्रताप सा हो तेज झांसी वाली सा जलती शहीदों की चिता से हृदय में अंगार ले सद्गुणों
नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर गोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. I heartily welcome all of you to the Vivechan session of the 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. In this chapter, we understand the nature of the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, which influence the thoughts, action, and destiny of all the individuals. With divine and auspicious grace and blessings of Shri Krishna Ji and Param Pujya Swami Ji Govind Dev Giri Ji Maharaj, I invite Saraswati SPG for the starting prayer. She's from Mysore. She's a homemaker. She's a BA graduate. She joined Geeta Pariwar in July 2021. She's serving in manifold departments. She is a trainer in L1, L2, examiner for Geeta Jignasu, Pathak. She's GC from L1 to L4, technical assistant from L1 to L4. And added to that, she's also serving in adding and calling department and technical management team. So a versatile serving personality. I really invite Saraswati Ji for the starting prayer.
Jai Shri Krishna. Vasudeva sutam devam Kausachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna sabhi ko.
Thank you, Saraswati Ji, for the beautiful melodious prayer. One diya is enough to bring hope, power, beauty, brightness, positivity, warmth, and strength to a night of darkness, despair, and fall. It's a time to light the diya of enlightenment now. And for this, I invite Namita Rani Subudhi ji, who is from Bhubaneswar. She's a graduate in psychology and she likes dancing and playing musical instruments like guitar and flute. She also loves to practice Patta Chatra paintings. She joined Geeta Pariwar in March 2024. She cleared Jigyasu exam and serving as trainer of L1, L2, L3, and also serving in the Vivechan Creative Writing Department. So I welcome Namita Rani ji for the Diya light.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Namita ji, for the beautiful Diya lightning. Now, before we proceed to our Vivechan session, quickly let's get to know some important and inspiring info points. The grammar sessions will be this Sunday in all the languages, and you will get the links in your groups. So you can definitely go for these sessions, solve your grammar queries, and get to gain the knowledge about the grammar. On the May 3rd, there is a Geeta Sevi program in Bangla and English. On May 4th, the Geeta Sevi program is in Telugu, Kannada, and Hindi. So don't forget to join these Geeta Sevi programs, since we all want to become Geeta Sevi and join these sessions positively. And don't forget to share the links with your near and dear ones who you wish to progress forward in this spiritual journey. And now is the auspicious moment to get to know about our blessed, vibrant speaker of the day. She's none other than Kavita ji Verma ji. She's a coordinator of the Learngeeta program. She's Geeta Vrati, Geeta Pravina, a very devoted disciple of Govindev Giriji Maharaj. And from a very tender age, she has learned by hearted all the shlokas wonderfully, and she can recite the shlokas by knowing the shloka, that is the number of the shloka. She's been coveted the degree of Advait Vedanta Acharya from the Chinmay Vishwa Vidyapeeth, Kochi. She has a nightingale melodious voice. She is a passionate and wonderful poetess at heart. All in all, we can say she possesses all the qualities of a leader. Let's welcome Kavita Didi for today's Vivechan session.
जय श्री कृष्ण. सदा शिव समारंभां व्यासशंकर मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्पराम्. ॐ पाठाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. जय श्री कृष्ण. So welcome to the 14th chapter, second part. And in this part, we are going to see how the mechanism of three gunas, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, that is the name of this chapter. Three gunas, Satvik Gun, Rajogun and Tamogun. Sattva Gun, Rajogun or Tamogun, Satvik, Rajasic and Tamasic. Both ways we can say. So now we will see what is the mechanism of these three gunas, because as we discussed last time also, these three gunas are mentioned almost everywhere. Whenever we go to the Indian philosophy, we have to go through with these three gunas. Now, so we should have the deeper understanding of three gunas, because if we control these three gunas, our spiritual sadhana, we can get progress in our spiritual life. So if we want to get progress in our spiritual life, how many ways are there? Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, then you have Dhyan Yoga, Hatha Yoga, etc. So the beginning is when you have, if you start your spiritual journey, it will start like, first you have to go through with, first you have to purify your mind. And how to purify your mind? Then you have to understand the Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. These three gunas you have to understand. Now Satvik Gun means it stands for the goodness. Rajasic Gun, it stands for the attachment or the actions. And then Tamasic Gun, it stands for the inertia or the darkness, or when you have avivek, you cannot understand what is right, what is wrong. That is Tamasic Guna. We will see in detail. So these are the three gunas. Now, if we want to increase Satvik Gun, Satogun in our life, then we have to understand what is this Satogun and how it will increase. So what is this Satogun? What is this Rajogun? What is Tamogun? We will see in this chapter. Now, how to increase Satogun, how to decrease Rajogun or Tamogun, this we will see in 17th chapter, because 17th chapter is very practical. Bhagwan will give you practical tips, this, do this, do that. I think we have already covered the 17th chapter, or maybe we will be covering. So these are the like Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, these three gunas. Now we will see from 7th shloka. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tannibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. Now we will see how Rajo Guna will bind us with the sansar. We have seen Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. Both, all these three gunas are like chain, rope. All these three gunas will bind us with the sansar. Even Satogun also binds us with the sansar. And how it binds? Sukha sangena badnati jnana sangena chanagha. Sukha sangha and jnana sangha. When we have attachment to the worldly objects, the happiness of worldly pleasures, and when we have attachment towards the jnana, the knowledge, worldly knowledge we get, and we feel proud, or we have attachment to that knowledge, then you will get bound with the sansar. So Satogun will also bind with the sansar. Now how Rajogun will bind us with the sansar? So Bhagwan is telling Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. If someone tells in one line, can you explain what is Rajogun? So Bhagwan is telling in one even in one charan he is telling Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. What is Rajogun? So this is ragatmakam. When you have extreme level of attachment, or even a little attachment to the things, that is your Rajogun. And people say the actions are representatives of Rajogun, but these are not actions. What kind of actions are Rajoguni actions? Because all the actions are not Rajoguni actions. Because in Gita Pariwar, now also we are doing something. In 3rd chapter, Bhagwan will say, Nahi kaschit shanamapi jatu tishthatte karma krit karyate havashah karma sarva prakrati jay gunaihi nahi kaschit shanamapi. Not a single shan, not a single moment we can stay without doing anything. Even we are sleeping, then we are also doing something. We are sleeping. So ing, the kriya is always there. Action is always there. We cannot live without doing anything. The same thing he will repeat in 18th chapter. Nahi dehavrita shakyam tektum karmanya sheshatah. Nahi dehavrita. Dehavrit means the people, the jivatma who has body. Dehavrita. Deham vibharti iti dehavrit. So dehavrit. So people who have body, they cannot stay without doing anything. Even the animals, human beings, everyone, they have to do anything always. So Bhagwan is telling we cannot stay without doing anything. So all our actions are not Rajasic actions. That's why actions are not Rajasic. But what kind of actions will be Rajasic, Sattvic, or Tamasic? So you have so many types of actions. Now it depends on the intention of your action. If your intention is to fulfill the attachments, if you have attachment and out of that attachment you are doing some action, that is your Rajasic action. But in Gita Pariwar, as I started telling, from morning till night, people are working continuously, tirelessly, and these actions are not considered as Rajasic actions. Why? Because they are doing their selfless seva. They are doing for Shri Krishna's Prityartham, to make him prasanna, to make him happy. So they are doing the karma. So this is called karma yoga. And then when you are doing karma yoga, when you are doing your karma for Bhagwan Shri Krishna, even the ladies, if they are cooking food, they are making food for the Shri Krishna, they are thinking this is my responsibility given by Bhagwan Shri Krishna, and I am doing this. I'm blessed that I got some responsibility directly from the Bhagwan, and I am able to do that, because there are many people, even they are not able to do the things. The seva also in Gita Parivar, everyone cannot do. They don't have sometimes time, they don't have resources, sometimes they are not getting interest. Many types of people are there. So we are blessed that we got this opportunity, and we are utilizing this opportunity. So we are very, very blessed. Now, Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi. So all the actions are not always Rajoguri. It depends on your intention. If your intention is to get Bhagwan, it to become one with the Bhagwan, then your actions are Satoguri. And if your actions are done out of the attachment, then it will become the Rajoguni. And that's why Bhagwan is saying Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi. This rag means attachment. Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi. Vidhi, you know Rajo Guna as Ragatmakam. It is filled with rag, attachment. Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi. Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam. 2 words he is using. Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam. It will be born from the Trishna and Sang. What is Trishna? Trishna is something which we don't have, and we want that. The desire of that thing which we don't have is called Trishna. So Trishna, for example, like we have desert, and in desert we don't have water. So that desire for the water in the desert is something like a Trishna. That is Trishna for the water. That is Trishna for the water in the desert. So that is called Trishna. So when we also have experienced many times, we want something which we don't have, and it gives you different kind of pain. It is not physical pain, but mentally you are getting so much pain. You want that, but you are not able to get that. So that is called Trishna. It is very painful. So that's why when he will tell about the result of Rajoguna, then he will tell Dukha. So the result of Rajoguna is always Dukha, is always sorrow, is always pain. So even you have Krishna or you have Sang. Sang, the attachment. Now attachment, how it happens to the things which you already have in your hands, and you have fear that you will lose these things. So this fear, or you have extreme level of attachment with the things, with the people, with the circumstances, with the place, with the situations. We have many types of attachments which we already have. Then these kind of attachment is called Sang. So this is also very painful. So if someone has attachment to anything, the worldly objects, It is very painful. So Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam, and this Rajo Gun will come from Trishna and Sanga. Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam Tannibadnati Kaunteya Tannibadnati, and this Rajogun will Nibadnati. Nibadnati, it will bind, it binds to the Jivatma with the Sansar. So it will bind Jivatma to the with the Sansar. So we have seen like Jivatma is always bound with the Sansar. Kshetra and Kshetragya. We will see the 13th chapter later and we will understand what is the meaning of Kshetra and Kshetragya. So basic meaning is Kshetra means the body, Kshetragya means the Atma, Jivatma. Why Jivatma is in body? Because Jivatma has certain kind of tendency or the attachments with the body. And all the attachments related with the things related with the body, Atma has. And that's why the Jivatma has to suffer in this world. Because if you, we have sukh, we have happiness also in the sansar, but it is very, very, very less. And we have sorrows, so many sorrows. Daily we have new problems, new tensions. So that is the difference between that is how the Jivatma is bound with the sansar because of the Krishna and Sang or the Rajogun. Rajo Ragatmakam. Even in 3rd chapter, Arjuna asked, he asked, Athakena prayukto yan papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Arjuna asking, Athakena prayuktoyam. How this person is doing pap, how I do pap, how I commit sin, because people know what is right, what is wrong, but still they go towards the wrong things. So Arjuna's question is why people do sin. Anichannapi varshneya, the word he is using, anichannapi. People don't want to commit sins, but still they do that. Anichan, they don't have ichha na hote hue bhi. Without having any desire of doing such karma, but they are doing that karma. Why? So Bhagavan is giving answer. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Kamaisha Krodhaesha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidhyena Miha Vairanam. Kamaisha Krodhaesha Rajo Guna Samudbhava. So because of the kamana, kam, desire, and krodh, anger, and both the kam and krodh are born of rajoguna samudbhava. So as our rajoguna will increase, our desires will increase because of attachment is increasing, so desires will increase, and also your krodh, anger will increase. How anger will increase? Because if you have desire, you want particular thing, but at the same time you are not able to get that. There are so many hurdles, problems, difficulties. You are not able to meet with your desires. What happens? You have anger. So anger will come just because you have some desire in your mind and you are not able to fulfill that desire, and that's why you'll get anger. So Rajoguna Samudbhava, so both the things, desire and anger, these will destroy you. These will make us to do pap karma, to do wrong actions, and these things are born of Rajogun. So Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam Tannibadnati Kaunteya. Kaunteya, Kunti Putra Kaunteya, that is Arjun. Karma Sangena Dehinam. And what is the way how the Rajogun will bind you with the sansar? So it will bind us with the sansar through karma sangena. We have attachment. So what we do, we want to fulfill something, some desire. So we will do a lot of karma. We will start doing karma, many different types of karma we will do. So karma sangena dehinam. So we are getting attachment, and out of that attachment we will do karma. So that karma is Rajogun. So that karma will bind you with the samsara. We don't want to do the karma, but we have to do to fulfill our desire. Like the people who are doing corruption. So they don't want to do that corruption, but because they have desire to get more money, to get more name, fame, etc., and that's why they are doing corruption. So this corruption is done by the people just because they have desire of money, they have desire of the things. So that's why they are doing the corruption. So this corruption is done by out of the desire. So rajo ragatmakam viditanni varnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. So they will do the action which is not good because of their desire. Then tamastvajnanajam vidhi trishnasan tamastvajnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidrabhistanni vadnati bharata. Now Bhagwan will start up telling about the tamogud. Tamogud is we have already seen it is the representation of inertia, or we can say it is the symbol of darkness, agyan, ignorance. When we don't have vivek shakti, that is your tamogud. Tamastu agyanajam vidhi. We will break the sandhi. Tamastu agyanajam will become tamastu agyanajam vidhi. Tamogud is born of agyan, vidhi, you know. So tamogud is born of agyan. Tamastvagyanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam. Mohanam, when we have delusion, sarvadehinam, in all the dehi, in the body, in the deha, there is jivatma. Jivatma is called dehi. So we have different terms: body, deha, sharir, kshetra for the sharir, body. And then similarly we have soul. In English, we can say soul, jivatma, then kshetragya, and dehi, shariri. These are the words used for the atma or jivatma. So whenever you have shariri, dehi, kshetragya, these words are used for the jivatma. So tamastvagyanajam vidhi. So agyanajam. So tamogud is always born of agyan, ignorance, because we don't know what is right, what is wrong, and that's why tamogud is born. Tamastvagyanajam vidhi mohanam sarva. Now the moha is delusion. So if we see the situation of Arjun, what he is doing, what he is telling in the first chapter, Sidanti mamagatrani mukhancha parishusyati bepathuscha sharire mero maharshascha jayate. He is telling his situation. I'm not able to fight against Kauravas because Sidanti, my body is shaking. Sidanti mamagatrani, gatrani, the sharir, body is shaking. Sidanti mamagatrani mukhancha parishusyati, and my mouth is getting dryness. I'm not able, it is becoming dry. So all these situations he's telling why? Because he is agyan. Agyan of what? Bhagwan will give him answer in second chapter. Nayam hanti na hanyate. Because he has agyan, he is saying that katham bhishmamaham sankhye dronam cha madhusudana ishu vipratiyotsyami pujarhavadi sudana. How can I kill Bhishma Pitama and Dronacharya? Bhishma Pitama and Dronacharya, there are just here she's taking two names, but he's telling for everyone, all the Kauravas, because all these people are Swabandhavan. He says Swabandhavan api trailokya rajyasya heto kinnu mahikrite. I cannot kill them even for the trilok. All three lokas, if I'm going to get, then also I'm not going to kill them, because swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasyama madhava. After killing swajan, my own people, swajanam hi katham hatva, after telling them, how can I get happiness? Swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasyama madhava. Madhav, how can we become happy after killing our own people? These are the thoughts of Arjun. Now, why he is telling? Because he has ignorance, he has agyan, and Bhagwan will give him the counter, the answer in second chapter. Nayam hanti na hanyate hanyamane sharire, and so on. He tells in detail in second chapter. Because you are not going to kill Dronacharya, you are not going to kill Bhishma Pitama, because these are the bodies, and nobody can kill the Jivatma. Who is Dronacharya? Who is Bhishma Pitama? When you say Dronacharya, are you telling Dronacharya that the body you are seeing, is it Dronacharya, or the Jivatma inside the body is Dronacharya? If body is Dronacharya, then also you can kill, because this body is going to die one day. Because in 11th chapter, Bhagavan will tell that मयैवैते निहिताः पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् मयैवैते निहिताः पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्. They are already killed by me. Me means Kal. They are already killed by the time. So if you are not going to kill this body, it will be destroyed. It will be destroyed later. So they are already killed. And if you are if you are saying the Jivatma as Dronacharya, then you cannot kill, because Nainan Chindanti Shasrani, Nainan Dahati Pavakaha, Na Chainam Kledayantyapo, Na Shoshayati Marutaha. All the 5 elements, they cannot burn it, they cannot dry it, they cannot do anything to the Jivatma, because Jivatma is Avyaktokshar. So Avyaktokshar Ityuktastamah. So that he told in another chapter, then Avyaktoyam Achintyoyam Avikaryoyam Uchyate. Bhagwan has given so many adjectives for the Jivatma. So if you are telling that you are going to kill Dronacharya's body, then you can kill, because he is going to be killed. He has already killed by me. And if you are telling Dronacharya as Jivatma, then you cannot kill. And Nayam Hanti na Hanyate, you cannot kill. And you also, as a Arjun, if you are saying as you as Jivatma, then you can also not be killed by anyone. So that Bhagwan is telling. So Jivatma and Paramatma, Jivatma and body, both cannot be killed. So because this knowledge which Bhagwan has given him in 2nd chapter, he does not have, and because of this ignorance, because of that agyan, he has moha, the delusion, and that's why he says Nayotsaiti Govindam Ukva Tushnim Bhabuvaha. Nayotsaiti, I will not fight. And after saying this, he is sitting in the chariot. So Bhagwan will give him knowledge, gyan, and then because of that gyan, he will be able to fight against the Kauravas. But because of his ignorance, the moha came, and because of the delusion, this moha, he was not able to do his kartavya karma, his duty. Now this is because of tamogun. Pramadalasya nidrabhis sannibadnati bharata. And what are the ways? So pramad, alasya and nidra. So pramad is, we can explain this pramad word in 2 types. So pramad is, one is what we are supposed to do. If we are not doing that thing is pramad, and what we are not supposed to do, and unfortunately we are performing those karma, then it is called then it is also called pramad. So like in winters, if we are distributing ice cream, which we are not supposed to do, it is also our pramad. And if as a student or as an office employee, we have to do some work and we are not doing that work, is also pramad. So doing wrong is also pramad, and not doing right thing is also pramad. Pramadalasya and then alasya. Alasya, when we have this tendency to postpone our actions, to postpone our work for the next day, tomorrow. So this is called alasya. So this alasya, pramad, alasya, when we have ignorance, when we have agyan, these things will increase. Pramad will increase, alasya will increase, and nidra. So we start getting so much nidra, so much sleep because of this tamogur. So the people who are not doing yoga, who are not doing pranayam. So what does pranayam, yoga? These comes under the Ashtanga yoga. Ashtanga yoga, pranayam, yoga, all these things. And Ashtanga yoga is for what? Ashtanga yoga is also the sadhana. It will also purify our mind. Our tamogur will be destroyed and satogur will increase. How scientifically our Rishi Munis have already thought all these things. So to increase our satogun, we have to follow Ashtanga yoga. Now Ashtanga yoga is doing all these things. So that's why it is recommended for the people, if you don't want alasya, pramad and nidra, then we should do yoga, we should do pranayam, we should do all these things, meditation, etc. All the Ashtanga yoga, if we follow, we will get these things less. So pramad, alasya, so pramad, alasya and nidra, with these three things, with these three elements, tamoguna will bind jivatma with the sansar. It binds us with the sansar, and we can experience many times. So yes, tan nibadnati bharata, tan nibadnati, it will bind to the sansar bharata. Bharata is again used for the Arjun. Satvam sukhe sanjayati rajah karmani bharata jnanamavritya tu tamah pramade sanjayatyuta. Bhagavan is telling to Arjuna, Satvam sukhe sanjayati. So Satogun will get victory over the human being, or with victory over the Jivatma. How? Sukhe sanjayati. It will give you fake happiness, or the little happiness from little pleasures from the worldly objects we get, and we think these are the true pleasures, and we start running behind those pleasures. So Bhagavan is telling, this will give you fake pleasures, and it will win over you, get victory over you. Satvam sukhe sanjayati. So this is how Satogun is very smart, because it is giving you some good things, like it is giving you small chocolate and getting victory over you. And then rajah karmani bharata, and rajogun, how it will do. So this is dukkha. It will give you more actions. So because of the rajogun, even you don't want, but you will do so much actions. People don't wake up early for the yogasan, but sometimes they wake up early for other things. If they have some extreme desire to fulfill that desire, people wake up early in the morning also. People, even sometimes they have sleepless nights also. So this is because of rajogun. Many people have this nidra problem. They don't have nidra. In tamogud, if the person is in tamogud, this person will get extreme nidra, extreme sleep. If the person is in rajogud, this person will not get proper nidra. This person will not get the sleep, because every time multiple thoughts, multiple desires are coming in the mind, and the people are not able to control. We are not able to control those thoughts, and hence we are not able to sleep properly. So if we are not able to sleep, then also it is recommended that do dhyan, do pranayam. Why Ashu? Someone asked in Vivechan session only. Actually, many people asked to Ashu Bhaiya that I'm not able to sleep in the night. So Bhaiya recommends the dhyan only, meditation, pranayam. He says do yoga. So for 6 months maybe you can have proper sleep, and it happens with the people. If you watch YouTube, if you watch television, you will find so many examples, like people don't have proper sleep, but after doing yoga, pranayam, dhyan, all these, they start getting sleep. Why? Because the dhyan, yoga, pranayam, this will increase your satogun, and this will decrease your rajogun. And that's why when your rajogun is decreased, then you can get proper sleep. So sattvam sukhe sanjayati rajah karmani bharata. You will have so many desires, so you will do so many karma, and that's how rajogun will win over you. And then jnanam avritya tu tamah pramade sanjayatyuta. And then how this tamogun will get victory over us. So it will jnanam avritya, whatever existing knowledge is there in our mind, it will avritya, it will cover that knowledge, and pramade sanjayatyuta. So if you don't have proper knowledge, if we cannot discriminate between what is right, what is wrong, so what we will do, we will start doing wrong things, and sometimes we will not do the right things. So pramade sanjayatyuta. So this is how tamogun will get victory over us. Pramade sanjayatyuta. रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्वं भवति भारत. रजसत्वं तमश्चैव तमः सत्वं रजस्तथा. Rajas tamas chabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. So Bhagwan, here the principle comes like all the Prithvi lok, Bhur lok, Mahar lok, everything, the entire universe, our body, our mind, our intellect, everything made up of three gunas: Rajogun, Tamogun, and Satogun. The sequence is Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Everywhere you have all these three gunas. So Bhagavan is telling, but not everyone is sattvic, not everyone is rasic, not everyone is tamasic. Everyone has the mixture of all these three gunas. So sometimes we become sattvic, sometimes we become rasic, sometimes we become tamasic. It depends which guna is rising. So sometimes rajas tamas cha abhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. So having overpowered rajogun and tamogun, satogun will rise. And similarly, it happens with the Rajah Sattvam Tamaschaiva, Tamas Sattvam Rajastatha. Similarly, Rajogun will rise and then the Satogun and Tamogun will decrease, and sometimes Tamogun will rise and Satogun and Rajogun will decrease. But the ratio we have to maintain. Most of the time, if our Satogun is on high proportional, then we can get more spiritual progress. But if our Rajogun is more high every time, then we will get pain, sorrow. And if our tamogun is on high, then we will get agyan, inertia. We cannot do anything. So we will become useless kind of person. So rajogun, tamogun. So every time all these three gunas are not in equal position. Sometimes some guna will rise. So if we are doing more meditation, if we are following all the sattvic karma, then slowly our satogun will increase. If we are doing rajogun and tamogun things, then the tamogun and rajogun will increase. So it depends on our action, what kind of actions we are doing. If we are doing rajogun action, then these gunas will increase. So rajas tamascha vibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. It depends on us. It depends on our habits. So if we have good habits, we can easily raise our satogun. If we have bad habits, then we have to face rajogun and tamogun. That is very, very painful. And also the agyan, the ignorant. So सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्याद् विवृद्धं सत्त्वमित्युत. So how to know when my satogun is increased? Because Bhagavan is telling every time your all the gunas are not increased. Sometimes your satogun will increase, sometimes rajogun. So how to know? So Bhagavan is telling sarvadvareshu dehesmin, from all your body parts or gates of body. So we have navadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate. So we have navadvareshu Pure Dehi, something the fifth chapter we have. So we have 9 gates in our body, and from all 9 gates, if you have Prakasha Upajayate, Prakasha is representation of the knowledge only. So we have Lakshana of Paramatma, it is Sat Chit Anand. Sat which doesn't which always exists, that is Sat. Chit is Prakash, or Chit is knowledge. So knowledge and Prakash, knowledge and light, both are the very similar, or we can say these are the synonyms sometimes when we are in philosophy. So in physical life, it has different meanings. Knowledge means gyan, and then light is roshni, light. So these are different things. But when we are talking in context of philosophy of or darshan, then knowledge and gyan, sometimes they are used for each other. So we have 2 eyes, two nostrils, and then we have 2 ears. These are 6, and then we have 1 mouth and anus and genitals. So these are the 9 gates. So when we have from all the gates, if we are getting the knowledge, so the meaning is when your antakaran, your mind, basically your antakaran is having mind, intellect, and chitta and ahankar. All these 3 things, mano, buddha, chitta, ahankar. So all these 4 things will make your antakaran. So if antakaran is filled with knowledge, or you sometimes we feel to read more, we feel to know more, we feel to listen more, good things. So that time it means your sattva guna is increasing. So if you see the students around you, your children around you, you will feel sometimes children are really studying. They feel like to study. Sometimes they don't want. Even the exam is tomorrow and they have to study, but and you are forcing so much, but still they are not able to concentrate because that time their sattva guna is decreasing and rajo guna is increasing. Sometimes we don't say, but they are studying automatically. That time their sattva guna is increased, and that's why they are doing studies and all. So whenever we feel like to get attached with the Paramatma, get attached with the sattvic things, sattvic food, sometimes people who like very much chili, so many rajo guna and tamo guna wala food, but still sometimes they feel like to eat some sweets or something like very simple food like sato gudi food. So that times it means your sato good has increased. And whenever we get this notification from our mind that our sato gun has increased, then we should try that. Then we should what we should try is we should try to maintain that position for long time. So if our sato gun has increased, then we should try to maintain that position. To maintain that position, we should start doing the satoguni things, the actions. The more satoguni actions we will do, more satoguni will increase. Sarva dwareshu dehes means, so if you have prakash, you feel like you are enlightened. Now your body is enlightened. You have mudita, the happiness. You are not very much enthusiastic, but you are happy. You are peaceful. You are calm. That means your satoguna has increased. And lobha pravrittirarambha karmanamashamaspriha rajasyetani jayante vivriddhe bharatarshabha. So lobha, pravritti and arambha. What does it mean? So lobh, pravritti and arambha. Very good sequence, very nice sequence. So first we have lobh. Lobh means the greed. We have greed for some particular thing. And then what next? So lobha and then pravritti. You will have pravritti. Pravritti, the actions. To get that, to fulfill that greed, to get that thing, we will do pravritti. We will do some actions. So lobha, pravritti, arambha. Arambha, the initiation. So we will initiate the new things. Lobha, pravrittira, our actions and initiation. So lobha, pravrittira, arambha. So all these things, if you have so much, if your mind has different sankalp and vikalp, do this, do not this, and all these things. So lobha, pravritti and arambha. When these things are arising in our mind, then we should know that rajogun has increased. Lobha, pravritti, arambha, karmanam, ashamaspriha. Karmanam, if we are pravritti, we have pravritti in karmanam. So lobha, pravritti in karmanam, in the karma, in the action. Pravritti, ashamaha, the restlessness. You don't have peace. You are not able to feel the peace of mind. So that is ashamaha. So all these things are happening with you. Sometimes we are just sitting and suddenly we get something from inside. We want to do something. We are not feeling good and we want to go out, but still we are not feeling good. We want to do something else. We are not able to find out what to do. So this is the position when our rajoguna is on high proportional and we want to do something. So rajogun, and then you have satogun and rajogun, and then you have tamogun. Satogun, okay. Lobha, pravritti, arambha, karmanam, ashamaspriha, rajasyetani jayante, vivriddhe bharatarshabha. So know this bharatarshabha, know this is all your rajoguna, rajasyetani jayante. It will come from rajoguna. Okay. अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोह एव च तमस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन. Now how it will? It is telling about the tamogun. When your tamoguna is increasing, then what happens? So aprakasho pravrittishcha pramado moha eva cha aprakash. When you don't have light, So that means when your knowledge is decreasing, the level of knowledge is decreasing, your agyan is increasing. Aprakasho. Aprakasho also means when you don't know what is right, what is wrong. You are not able to discriminate between wrong and right. That is aprakash. Aprakasho pravrittischa. Apravritti, when you are actionless means you are not doing any action, or you don't feel like to do any action. Why? So actionless. Aprakasho apravritti. Aprakasho pravrittischa, and then pramado moha evacha. You have pramad. We have already seen what is pramad, and moh. Moh is delusion. Aprakasho pravrittischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayante. So tamasyetani, it will come from the tamas. One second. So aprakasho pravrittischa. So you don't have knowledge, you don't have light, and then you have apravritti, you are actionless. So you are not able to do the action, you are not able to perform the action. Actionless. Aprakasho pravrittischa pramado moha evacha, and then tamasyetani jayante. Tamasyetani jayante viruddhe kuru nandana. All these things will happen when your tamogud is increasing. So you know so whenever these things are started with us, these are the initial level. When these are on initial level, what we should do is we should immediately try to control these things, because if it will increase, once it is increased, then it will be very much tough to control all these things. But if it is on initial level, at initial level, then you can easily control over these things. So whenever these aprakasha, apravritti, all these things you feel like that these things are increasing or these things are happening, then immediately we should start to do the sattvic good, sattvic karma or rajasic karma, and this is how we can get win over this tamogud. Yada sattve pravriddhe to pralayam yati dehabrit tadottamavidan lokan amalan pratipadyate. Now Bhagwan is telling the result of these three gunas. So Bhagwan is telling about the time duration of your death, of our death. So when we have our death, in 8th chapter Bhagwan has told antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. So antakale cha mameva, when we have death in front of us, and whatever thoughts are there in our mind, if we are thinking about Bhagwan, then we will get Bhagwan only. But if we have sattvic gun, so we will get the sattvic things. If we have rajasic, then we will get the rajasic things. And if we have tamasic thoughts at that time, then we will get the tamasic lokas also. So yada sattve pravriddhetu. Yada sattve, when your sattvic guna is increased and pralayanyati dehabrit, and you are going to die at that time. Tadottamavidan lokan, and then we will attain the uttam lok. All good lokas we will get. So tadottamavidan lokan amalan pratipadyate. So we have chaturdash bhuvan. We have satyalok. Satyalok is also called brahmalok. We have different imagination about the satyalok. Satyalok, Tapalok, Janlok, Maharlok, and also we have Bhuarlok, and Bhulok, then Atal, Vital, Sutal, and Talatal, Mahatal, and we have Rasatal, and lastly we have Patal. So all these 14 lokas we have in sequence. So if we are dying and with the sattvic thought, then we will get Uttam Lok or Satyalok, Maharlok, Tapalok. All these kind of lokas we will get. But what happens if we are dying during the Rajoguni thoughts? Then Rajasiptalayam gatva karma sangishu jayate tatha pralinastamasi mudhayonishu jayate. So Satoguni people will become Devata or Yaksh, Gandharv. These kind of yoni person will get. Rajasi Pralayangatva. If you have Rajoguna in our mind, then okay. So then Rajoguna, then you karma sangishu jayate tatha pralinas tamasi mudha yonishu jayate. So karma sangi dehi, who are the karma sangha? People who have to do a lot of actions. These kind of yonis are karma sangha. So mostly the human body, human have to do all the karma, so many karma. Not all the human, if you have balanced life, that is okay. But most of us have to do a lot of karma. So these the Rajogudi people, most of the time they get human body, and not the perfect human body, but the body where they have to do so many karma. There are people who every day or every in 2 days, in 3 days, they are skipping their meal because they don't get time to eat properly. They are skipping their sleep because they don't get time to sleep properly. So these kind of yoni the person will get if the person is having thoughts, rajasic thoughts during his antakal or death. And then tatha pralinas tamasi mudha yonishu jayate. The person who has ignorance or tamasic thoughts during his death, then that person mudha yonishu. Mudha yonishu, the ignorant, the animal or insects, all these yonis the person will get, because anyways Bhagwan has given us so much intellect, mind, karmendriya to do actions. But if we are up Prakash, we are not thinking anything, we are not seeing anything right, wrong, we are just doing the things whatever comes in our mind, and actionless, we become actionless, we are not able to do anything, we don't want to do anything. So Bhagwan is saying better to get animal, you become animal. At least you some other person, some other jivatma will get this body, so that person will utilize this body, that person will do parmarth. And if you are actionless, if you are you don't have enlightenment, then it is better to become animal or insect. So animal, insect, all tiriyak yoni, all these yonis, these yonis will be attained by the tamoguri person. Karma sukritasya sattvikam nirmalam phalam rasastu phalam dukkham ajnanam tamasah phalam. So conclusion is giving karma sukritasya, if you are doing good karma, sattvikam, sattvic karma, then nirmalam phalam, you are going to get nirmal, the goodness only, good things will happen to you. But rajatastu phalam dukkham, if you are doing rajasic karma, then you will get pain, you will get sorrow. Rajasastu phalam dukkham. Ajnanam tamasah phalam. And ajnan, ignorance, how you will get ignorance? So if you are in tamogur, so ajnanam is the result of tamogur. Dukkham, so dukkham is the pain or the sorrow, is the result of your rajogun. So whenever you have pain, if you analyze properly, you will feel that there is rajogun behind your every pain, every sorrow. And whenever you have pramad, alasya, nidra, or these things, then there is tamogur certainly, and then you have good things happening to you. That means your sattvic actions are giving you result now. Tattva sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobha eva cha pramadamubhamu tamaso bhavato jnanam cha. Sattva sanjayate jnanam. From the knowledge coming from Satogur. So if your Satogur is on high proportional, then what happens? Your knowledge level will also increase. Knowledge means the enlightenment will increase. Sattva sanjayate jnanam. Sattva sanjayate jnanam. Your Satogur will increase your knowledge level. Sattva sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobha evasa, and then your rajogur will increase your greed. Pramad mohau tamaso, so your tamogur will increase your pramad and moha, and then bhavato jnanam, and also your ajnan will increase during your tamogur. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति तत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्य गुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति, your satoguri people will go upwards, and then madhye tiष्ठन्ति rajasaha, rajasic people will stay in middle, and then adho gachanti tamasa, tamasic people will go get the adhogati. नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं. This person, now Bhagavan is telling about the truth. What is the mechanism and what is the truth? So everything is done by these three gunas. Na anyam gudebhya kartaram. There is no other karta, doer of doing everything. These things are done by the gunas only. So nayam hanti na hanyate means you are not going to kill anyone, because body is killing to body, and body is made up of three gunas. So three gunas are killing three gunas. Guna guneshu vartante, like this. So Bhagavan is saying na anyam gudebhya kartaram. There is no other doer other than these three gunas. So Arjuna, you are not killing Bhishma, Pitamaha or Dronacharya, but these gunas are doing everything. So na anyam gudebhya kartaram. But this position will come once we have reached to that level. Before that, we cannot say if we go and we kill someone, so we have to get punishment. We will have punishment just because we have not reached to that level. When we have reached to that level, then this Prakash will come. Guda gudeshu vartante. So gudebhyascha param vetti madbhavam sodigachati. Madbhavam, the bhav of Paramatma, the essence of Paramatma is beyond to these three gunas, and this is param. Param is more superior than these three gunas. Gudanetanatītyatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukhair vimukto mritamashnute. Gudanetanatītyatrin. After crossing these three gunas, dehi deha samudbhavan. So dehi will cross these three gunas, and then janma mrityu jara dukhair. So this person will not get janma, birth again, and mrityu. If there is no birth, then there is no mrityu also, death also, dukha, jara. Jara is happening with our body. If we don't have birth, then we will not have body. We will not have jara, the old age, and dukha is also happening with the body. So if we don't have birth, we will not have dukha also. Vimukto amritamashnuti. This person will become free and get the amrit. This person will get that amrit, that tattva, the Paramatma tattva. So Arjuna is asking the question which we have right now in our mind: what kind of people they are who are gone beyond to these three gunas? So Arjuna is asking, Kailingaisin gunanetan atito bhavati prabho kimacharah kathan chaitam strin gunanati vartate. Kailingaisin, what are the ling? Ling means the characteristics. What are the lakshana or characteristics of those people? Gunan etan atitya. So they are gunan atita. So they have gone beyond to these three gunas. What is their conduct? Kamachara kathan etan trin gunan ativartate. How they are going beyond, or how they are crossing etan trin gunan. How they are crossing these three gunas. Arjuna is asking. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakashancha Pravrittincha Mohameva cha Pandava Nadveshti Sampravittani Navrivittani Kankshati. Bhagavan is telling about those people that Prakashancha Pravrittin. Prakash is the representation of Satogud, Pravritti, Rajogud, and Moha is Tamogud. All these things are happening with the person, but this person, even if so much Prakash, like Satogud is in high proportional, then also he is neutral. If Tamogud and Rajogud is on high proportional, then also this person is neutral. He is not getting attached to anything. So that is the first situation he is telling. And then Udasinavad asinam gudairyo na vichalyate guna vartanta ityeva yovatisthati nengate. What he's telling, he becomes like a udasin person. Udasin indifferent to the situations. Udasinavad asino gudairyo na vichalyate. This person will not be moved by the three gunas. So Rastik, Satvik, Tamsik, all these three gunas will give so much effect on his mind, but this person will be immovable. This person will be stable always. This person cannot be moved by these three gunas. This person becomes as strong. Guna vartanta ityeva yovatisthati nengate. This person has clear thought that all the things happenings are with me. either wrong or right. These things are happening just because these three gunas. So I should not get affected by these surroundings. So if we have so many things like corona and all the allergy problems, difficulties, what not, we can just imagine whatever difficulties we are facing in our life. We can think these things are happening just because of these three gunas, so I should not get affected. And these three gunas can affect only my body and mind, because my mind and body is made up of these three gunas, but Jivatma is beyond to these three gunas. So these three gunas cannot affect my Jivatma or me, the real me. Then sukha dukha, and then what happens to that person? Sama dukha sukha swastha samaloshtasma kanchanaha tulya priya priyo dhiras tulya nindatma samstutihi. Bhagwan is telling sama dukha sukha swastha, that and this person will become some equanimous to sukh and dukh. Samaloshtasma swastha, he becomes swastha, swastha, he becomes inside, like always is inside only. He's thinking about inside only. He's thinking about himself only, or the Paramatma only. And then Samaloštashma Kanchanha. Samaloštashma Kanchanha. The stone, the clay, and the kanchan, the gold, everything is equal to him. He is not getting attached towards the gold, or he is not getting it attached to the stone. Everything is equal to him. Tulya priya priyo dhirat, tulya priya priyo. What is good or bad, everything is equal to him. Dhiras tulya nindatma sanstuti. Ninda, sanstuti, the people are admiring or people are disregarding us. That things are also equal to him, because he knows everything is done by gunas, and with the gunas, and I am different. Gunanetan atitya trina. I am atit. I am beyond to these three gunas, so I should not get affected. Mancha yovya vicharena bhakti yogena sevate saguran samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. The next question of Arjuna: how the people become, how people cross these three gunas? So Bhagavan is giving answer. Mancha yovya vicharena, the person who is devoted to me, who is always worshipping me, upasate, bhakti yogin avya vicharena bhakti yogin. With bhakti yoga, they are doing they are having devotion towards me, and avyavichar, they do not think about any other deity, any other thing. For them, there is only one Paramatma, and that is true, that is real, that there only I have to surrender. Whatever problems come, difficulties comes in my way, I'm going towards that Paramatma. This feeling if person has, these kind of people, sagunan, these kind of people, samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Samatityaitan, all these three gunas, they will cross, and brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So they will get the Brahma, so they will become eligible to get that Brahma, the Brahman. We have Brahma and Brahma, these two different terminology. Brahma, who is creator of the universe, and Brahma is the Paramatma Tattva, the supreme element, is called Brahma in Vedanta. Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya ekantikasya cha. He is telling Brahma hi, the Brahma hi pratisthaham. I am the pratishtha, or the base, or where Brahma is pratishthit, where Brahma is when this supreme element is living, or adobe of the supreme element, I am that. So Bhagavan is telling, so if you are attached to me, that means you are attached to the Brahman only. Brahmano hi pratisthaham. And what kind of Brahman? Amritasya vyavasthicha. Avyaya, Amrit, it will never destroy. Avyaya, it will never destroy also, and it will never like Vyaya and Avyaya. Vyaya which we can use, Avyaya which we cannot use, even a little bit cannot be destroyed. Avyayasya shashvatasya, it is super, it is always Shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya kantikasya cha happiness dharma. All the Swarupa is telling about the Brahman or the Paramatma, what kind of Paramatma is. So this is, I am the Pratishtha of the Paramatma. So if you are attached to me, Avyavicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate, if you are me Sevate, if you are me doing worshipping, then you will get the supreme element, that is Paramatma. So yes, we will do the Pushpika now. Om Tat Saditi Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītāsu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyāyāṁ Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Chaturdashodhyayah. And all this Bhagwan is telling to Arjuna, because Arjuna is, as we have seen in beginning, Arjuna is not ready to fight against the Kauravas because he has ignorance because of the Tamoguna, because of the Moha delusion. So now Bhagwan is giving him the real knowledge, the true knowledge, so he can do the pravritti, he can do his action, what he is supposed to do. So yes, we have completed 14th chapter. Jai Shri Krishna.
I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Kavita Didi for this wonderful, thought-provoking and enlightening session. And now is the time to ask your questions. So those who have any questions, please raise your hands so that, and open your video also so that we can take your question.
जी, अशोक भैया. Jai Shri Krishna भैया. Please unmute your mic.
Now it is audible. Audible or not?
जी भैया, आपकी आवाज आ रही है. Please speak.
In some of the temples in Maharashtra state, some pujari are accused as drug peddlers. So this comes under which, whether sattvic, raja or tamas, or they are taking the help of 9th chapter where Bhagavan said in one of the slokas, Yogakshem Vahamyam. What they are thinking?
So like they are mixed personalities. So everyone is made up of 3 gunas: Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Everyone, these are the 3 gunas which exist everywhere. So the person who is doing like this, these are the mixture of Sato and Tamoguna. So Satvikta is little less and Tamoguna is little on high. So that comes the category.
Okay, yes.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Anybody else have a question? Please raise your hands.
We don't have question and we can conclude.
Thank you, Didi, for this wonderful thought-provoking question answer session. And we would like to imbibe these learnings in our lives that you have imparted us. I would like to thank each and every one of the sadhakas for joining and attending this session. And we will meet again the next weekend in the enlightening session. I also heartily thank the hardworking, vigilant, and very always aware technical team for their continuous efforts in making this session a great success. I think we have one more question, Didi. By yes.
GV Ramuddudi Bhaiya.
Yes, we
Jai
are.
Shri, Jai Shri Krishna Didi, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
This Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga in the 14th chapter.
Ji.
So when whatever the 3 gunas are there, that what is that Sattva Rajas Tamo Guna. So this Sattva Rajas Tamo Guna day to day in Gruhasthasram, so we are taking various type of foods. Where we are usually every day we are not taking fruits. Every day we are not taking. Somebody they are taking according to South Indians, they are going for dosha. Somebody they are going for egg dosha. So these are all it is going to somewhat but when we are going to on the devotional point, I mean spiritual point, it is going to highly interrupted. How we can escape this type of in Gruhasthasrama, especially to explain according to slokas, it is very easy. But what is that? To connect our day-to-day life, to connect and to follow accordingly means that we even abhyasa yoga ittena, even though we are doing also some delusion. Already madam said you have told that delusion. That delusion, even though we are studying, but what it will happen. So this we are going to across.
There are different stages of sadhana. So at the
Ah,
beginning, when we start the sadhana, we can
ah,
follow everything as it is. We have to eat some tamasic food, some rajasic food, and some sattvic.
yeah,
But
yeah.
slowly, even in the grihastha ashram, there are some
Okay.
householders like we have live example of Ashu Bhaiya. He
Yeah.
does not eat anything from the outside. If he eats,
No.
make sure that it is either sattvic or little rajasic, but not
Yeah.
tamasic. So
Ah,
there are so many people, so many examples. The people
yes.
who are following this, even they are householders and they are following it very well. But it depends on our sadhana, how much sadhana we have done. So slowly
Yeah.
it comes. And in the
Ah,
beginning, it will not come. But slowly,
ah,
if we practice daily, in
ah,
many years, maybe we can come to that stage
ah.
where we can follow all the sattvic things.
The way, but now the farmers, if you see, even myself also, for 2 days chapati it is there. Why we are
Yeah,
wasting?
so
I will take.
certain
I'm eating.
So
Ah,
certain things are not in our control. So the
acha.
things which are
Ah,
not in our control, we should not think about that. But
acha.
we should think what is in our control. So the things which
Ah,
we can control easily, we should try to be sattvic at that time. But the things which are not in our control, then we can go with the flow.
Jai Sri Krishna Didi. Thank you very much.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes, do we have one more question?
Ji, Kuppa Bhaiya.
Yes, Bhaiya, you can unmute yourself. Rabindranath ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
As per these three must totally depend on situation as this is this
Where
one.
your voice is not
So
coming properly.
you are telling regarding gunas.
Ji.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
These three gunas is totally depends upon the situation as on today's life. So why you have to maintain all these three gunas? Because day to day situations are changing as per the time and this positions. So why you have to maintain all these three gunas? What is the reason?
Why? So you are asking the reason why we should maintain all these three gunas.
Yes, because these things are changing as per the situation in daily life.
Yes,
So
it will
if
change.
situations are like that, why to maintain?
It will change, but if we want happiness, everyone wants happiness, peace, satisfaction, and these things will only come with the sattvic dincharya. If we are following sattvic timetable, then automatically we will get more peace, more satisfaction, and more happiness. And as
But
we become
situations are not like that. Na? Day to day life situations are not
yes,
like that.
so the situations which are not in our control, then we will go with the tamasic and rajasic way only. But the things which are in our control, because everything is not everything is not like which is not in our control. There are certain things which are not in our control. There are certain things which we can control if we put effort. So we should see the things where we can control, and we should put effort there, and we should ignore the rest which is not in our control.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
I think we have finished with the questions. It's the time to once again offer the prayers in the lotus feet of Sri Krishna ji. For that, I invite Srimati Sunita Niranjan Purohit ji, who is from Pune, Maharashtra, educated as BCom, employed in private sector. She has passed Geeta Pathak exam. She is well versed in Vishnu Sahasranam, Shri Suktam, and all the stotras. She is serving in the calling department. She is serving as a trainer in L1, GC in L1, L2, and also conducting Geeta offline classes for the kids via Shivir, etc. She joined Geeta Pariwar in March 2022. I heartily welcome Sunita Didi for the prayer.
जय श्री कृष्ण दीदी। योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवौ व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण सभी को।
Thank you for the melodious, beautiful prayer. And now it's the time to wind up the session with the chanting of the Hanuman Chalisa.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर गोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna to everyone.